Alright, welcome back. We're playing D4 today. We're going to play some simple tricks. Let's play the Trumpovsky. I don't know much theory, but I like that this opening doesn't have much theory. So he can go here and I can kind of go back here. Okay, perfect. So now I don't know what to do. I'm simply going to develop my knight. His bishop can't pin it. That's good. Usually in D4 openings, really annoying when your opponent pins this knight. Let's centralize our bishop to start putting pressure on the king's side. Okay, he gains some space in the center. I'm going to castle. And maybe I want to... Okay, c6. Okay, so he's playing very almost passively, which is okay. And let's see what we can do. Maybe we can play knight here or push c4 or push a4. A lot of different ideas in this position. Or here, simply put, I want to develop all my pieces. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now, I think it might be time for c4 to try break up the center a little bit and try maybe get this c file open, and that might be an okay idea to play. So let's have a look. And of course, I can move my queen to c2 now and pressure this, you know, take the knight, all these kind of things. Okay, so he doesn't take. Now, should I take? He's probably going to take back with this pawn. I put the rook on the open file. Okay. Then what is the question? Okay. Maybe I should keep the pressure. Queen c2 and put pressure on this diagonal. Yeah, okay. I do like that. I'm going to put pressure on this pawn, so if the knight ever moves, for example, it's bad news for him because the h7 pawn is being targeted. And so he decides to take, which means, I mean, it's okay for me. I'm going to take with a knight. And now he's relieved a lot of pressure from the center that he controlled, but now he doesn't anymore, and I control more of the center than him, which is good. But now what to do? I think simply we can play knight e5. Now, if he takes with the knight, we can take with the knight. We can threaten to take the knight and eventually win a pawn. So there's kind of tactics lurking. Or even, you know, if he takes the knight, I take with the pawn. Okay. See, that's almost an issue, but it might work for him. Hang on a second. So, okay. He's moved the knight, which was defending this h7 pawn, so I can take it. Here's the thing. What move first? Take, check, here. Take, take. And then I gotta move my bishop back. He kind of has this fork. So I think the first move I should do is the forcing move. And then take. He can't play something like this and drop my queen. And then I move back and centralize my bishop. And if he wants to play here, so be it. I'm going to take and go here. And then I'm going to have a lovely square for my knight. And I think now his king is really unsafe. I think I've gotten a big advantage. And we'll see how we can put this advantage to use. Okay, so I want to be active, which means I probably want to go knight here. He can't kick it out because there's a fork between those. And actually, if I go knight here, if he doesn't take, I actually have bishop takes, because if he takes back, I take with the knight and I have a fork, which is really good. And even if he takes the knight with the knight, I still can take back with my own knight. And then there's still this fork business going on. So there's some tactics underneath that are happening. So he takes, I'm going to take back. The knight is on a dark square, which means that this bishop cannot attack it. And I mean, if you look at this bishop, it's absolutely terrible. It's not even playing the game. Okay. And now I have a choice. Can I take this? He takes back. I take with the queen. Check. He goes here. I don't know. Like, should I just sacrifice a piece? That's my question. But I should probably get more pieces into the game. But I'm a solid pawn up. So if I take here, he's going to take back and free his bishop, so that's no good. Maybe the best course of action, I was looking at f4, but, this hangs. Maybe the best course of action is to just play a3. Prevent this knight from being active. Get my rooks onto active squares. Push b4. I've got my pawn. I've got what I want. And now it's time to put some pressure elsewhere in the position. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't quite think I have a killer blow by sacrificing a piece. I'm not quite comfortable because I don't see a clear mode ahead. And now I'm the one that needs to watch out because he's sort of has sights on my king. Now it's not too big of an issue, I don't think. So let's see. Maybe we should squeeze the queen over to this side and try get something going on the queen side. What else to do? Maybe b5 just to get this c5 square, because this c5 push might be okay for my opponent. So yeah, I think I'm going to play c5 and just ignore this completely. Because I don't think with the queen and rook, he just doesn't have anything. His bishop can't be free. His knight's pretty good, to be honest, but it's not really doing much. So, and keep in mind he can't play f6 because there's always me taking g6. So I'm not sure what my opponent's gonna do here. Maybe something like a5. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? Like, I'm keeping my knight where it is for sure. There's no way in the world. Like, this bishop is worth like 1 point and my knight is worth like 5 points. There's no way I'm trading that for that. Now, on the other hand, maybe I should trade this. But if I take, then he kind of starts to activate his bishop, but then I can go here, he goes here, I can put all my pawns. So it's actually a bit of a tough challenge. But then again, if I take this, he can get the open file, so it's kind of no good. As much as I want this knight gone, it might just not be worth it for me. Okay, so what to do? I think I should put one of my rooks here. Now, which rook? I have no idea, because I want to move the queen so that the knight can't infiltrate. That's kind of the logic of the move. And maybe a potential c5 push, who knows. Okay. So far, I think I'm doing good. So far, I think no major mistakes. Maybe letting this happen probably wasn't the best idea, but I mean, maybe now I have a sacrifice. Takes here, but the attack kind of fizzles out, and I'm just left with a queen. So, okay. The question now is how to make progress. That's the question. And maybe at the right time, I can take this knight, but he might take with this pawn, freeze the bishop, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm kind of sick of my queen being here, so I gotta move it somewhere else. And where else? I'm thinking queen here. And possibly I don't know. Possibly here, but then rook comes in. So yeah, it's a bit tough to see like what way to progress. Like, I'm definitely better, but I just have to take it easy for a while and see see what happens. And of course, my opponent's thinking a lot because this is. I mean, look how the position looks like for him. It's just okay. He has a nice open file, but my knight's dominating. My bishop is dominating. I actually like looking at my opponent's perspective sometimes because I do feel psychologically that it is different when you're looking at it from this perspective versus this perspective. So I do oftentimes like to see my opponent's perspective, and you can see my bishop, my queen, my rook, I have space and all this type of stuff. Okay. He sacrificed his rook. Oh my goodness. Does this work? If I take check here, here, it does not work. Reason being is because I can move this pawn. Let's say he checks, then I move here. I mean, he can take this, but he's after sacrificed his rook. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I could also take this. No, hang on a second. If I take this, he moves here. I move here, he checks. I move here, he checks. I move here, everything is protected. Or I move here, he moves up. I move here, I escape. Well, he's kind of up a pawn. So if I take check here, rook goes. He's threatening checkmate, of course. I move my pawn up. He takes with the knight. I move my queen somewhere. He takes this. I take with the rook. I don't think this works. I really don't think this works. Yeah. Okay. So now the question is whether I go here or here. Now, this might be important. Maybe f4. Takes. Here. No, I can't move the... Okay, let's just go f4. I think this is fine. Because there's no checkmate I can escape. And if he takes the pawn, fine. He gets... You know, you have to keep in mind this is hanging as well. So, I'm going to put my queen on a good square. What's a good square I can put my queen on? I think just to keep this diagonal because I'm looking to sacrifice myself as well. So let's put it here. If he takes this, that's fine. Why? Because I just take with the rook and he has no checkmate. And he's just given me a rook for a knight and a pawn, which is like, okay, fair enough. It's not too bad. But he's left with questions of this bishop. It's hanging, so he's lost the tempo there. He has to save the bishop. He's also has problems of this sacrifice here myself, where I can win. You know, I could do the same thing he did, basically. So now he's forced to make a decision. Like, I'm going to take this knight. Like, you have to do something with the knight. You can't just go back. I'll just take. Blah blah blah. I'm up 4 points. So he has to do this. I'll just simply take with the rook. What's he going to do next? There's nothing he can do. The bishop can't get in the game. And the queen alone is not going to do anything for him. Check. Move here. Check. I'm going to simply escape. Everything in my position is protected. So I don't believe that this sacrifice worked. Watch the engine say -5. So, okay, let's see. Let's see what he's got. because I don't think he has any. There's just too much. There's just too much in this position that he, when you have 3 things to worry about in your position at the same time, like, you're just going to collapse. Because, okay, maybe if his bishop wasn't hanging and his knight, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not coordinated enough. So you have to make concessions. And the concession for him is like, do you want to lose this or then, we'll see. Okay. So let's see what he's got for me here. He's thinking a lot, of course. I mean, maybe he can go somewhere like here. That's an interesting move. Kind of, what do you call it? Suffocating me a little bit. Maybe rook here would work. Trying to take this, then take. Here, take, here. That's actually quite dangerous, so I can't move the rook there. Yeah, maybe this move will be interesting, but we'll see. Okay, he takes. I have to take back with the rook. I cannot take back with the king because there'd be a check up and then he'd win my rook. So that's not good. And now the question is, you just don't have enough pieces. Just the queen won't do anything. Yes, it's supported by the queen, by the rook, but that won't do anything. It can't, now I'm attacking the bishop. What are you going to do about that bishop? What are you going to do? Check me? I'm just going to escape. Or maybe I could play check here, check. No, I just escape. I just move here. Fine. What are you going to do about it? This is protected. This is protected. This is protected. Everything is protected. My queen's protecting this. Soon your opponent runs out of steam, and then there's nothing else to do. You just wait. And then the moment comes where he can't do anything, and then you just take over the game. Sure, he got 4 moves of initiative by sacrificing that rook, but at the end of it, like, what does he gain? He's just -2 now. He was -1 before, now he's -2, so I suppose it didn't really work out too great for him. So let's see. What does this guy do? My guess is he's just gonna keep checking. I'm gonna keep escaping. He's gonna keep checking. I'm gonna keep escaping. And there's just gonna be no more checks. And there's gonna be nothing. So let's have a look. But like, this move, rook takes, like, for some reason, like, okay, it's one of those things you see in tactics. I just didn't consider it. I don't know why. Like, I should have. For example, if my queen was like here, I think that would have been a decent move because takes, check, and you can take the bishop, and maybe you can get the other rook in and open files. Fine. But yeah, this just doesn't work. Okay, so he moves the bishop, so he loses a tempo. He moves his bishop somewhere. Fair enough, he's protecting a lot of things. And simply, do you know what I want to do? I want to trade queens. Why do I want to trade queens? Well, I'm +2. There's just no interest in me pursuing an endgame with this guy where he can complicate things. I have enough. I have enough to trade down. I have enough to, I'm basically saying to this guy, oh, trade queens, or put your queen on a really bad square. And yeah, exactly. So he puts his queen here. Okay. And now I go. The funny thing is, it's not quite obvious how I go. I mean, maybe I could play here, takes. I can play f5. Reason being is if he takes, I take, he can't take back because of the pin. So actually f5 might be looking like a decent move. I can maybe play here. Yeah, that's the move. That's definitely the move, for sure. he has a check. But I think okay, wait, hang on a second. This is actually, I think I messed up a little bit. If I go here, he takes. I can go here. He takes. If I go here, he takes with a check. That's a problem. So I have to go here. He can check. I go here. No, he can't check. Sorry. So if he takes, I do have takes. He can check and try to trade off queens. But then at the... Yeah, okay, sorry. So that might have been a little bit of a mistake for me playing f5. Yeah, okay. Well, he's 20 seconds. I think I'm going to win anyways, but that's something I thought was okay, but I just didn't see that it came with a check. I thought it was like, okay, I'll lose a pawn, and then I can continue my attack. But fine, whatever. Okay, so he's probably going to take here. Okay, let's see what to do. This is very, very complicated. So if I take here, takes, that's no good. I'm now only +1, which is actually really, really, really annoying. Okay, I'm gonna go rook here because if there's a check, I want to put my rook here, like so, protecting this pawn, attacking the queen. Everything is protected. That's pinned. I just lost the thread a little bit here, and this bishop is really, really annoying me, actually. So I could play here. Okay. Bishop here. I have to kind of reorient. It's really annoying, actually. Or perhaps I could play here. Takes. So trade. No, I can't trade the bishop off. What if I go here? Takes with the rook. I can't take with the rook. Oh man, this is really annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. I'm just gonna reorient. He activates the rook. Attacks the knight. I have to do something. Okay. He's getting a lot of activity. I must say to this guy, he's getting a lot of activity. Okay, so I'm going to play the knight here, attack the queen, maybe perhaps go knight here. Okay, so he checks. I can run away, I think, with the checks. That's fine. Any more checks after that? No, I don't believe so. He's probably going to go here. Yeah. In which case, I think... Let's just trade off queens. This is just too... Like, I'm up a pawn, I'm fine. It just got a little bit complicated. Okay, he attacks, pins. Threatening... Oh, Jesus. Actually, threatening this, huh? So I believe I have to move... Move again. And actually, my bishop is stuck. My bishop is stuck. Okay, I have to move my queen. My bishop, I think it got stuck. Oh my goodness. Alright, so maybe knight in the... Okay. We won on time. Let's have a look. That, towards the end, was not good. Whatever that was. Okay, let's have a look at the game. Trompowsky. Lots of this has been played. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so this all has been kind of played. I take with the knight, and now, yeah, I take, and then I'm going to take, move the bishop back, move the knight in the center, and I'm just better. 2.6, I'm just better. What was it? God damn it. I want to see what the best move in this situation was. I was kind of curious because I just didn't know what to do. A6. Oh yeah, okay, I guess double the rooks. I just didn't like the way he can attack my queen, so A6. And there was this sacrifice here. I was just curious. So let's say takes. I take with the queen. I didn't know what to do after this. Really, here. I'm just not comfortable with that. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm just not comfortable with that. I'd never play that move. And yeah, this was just a mistake. There's just nothing that comes out of it. F4, he takes. I move the queen. I take with the rook. I move away. And what does he have? Yeah, trade queens. F4 was a mistake. That goes blunder. That goes straight to almost equality because I allowed him this check. Now, that's a really good lesson because, you know, I restricted his queen, but by playing F4, I thought, oh, I'm doing really good because there's loads of pins, but I let his queen in. So, very good, not mistake, but yeah, very good kind of lesson there. I moved up. And then here it was just equal for a while, and then I just got back up. This was a mistake, and yeah. Overall, good game. I made 79% accuracy. I was doing really good until move 25 here, and then this was just colossal mistake. And look, if he moves, you know, the rook there, you know, this is like the only move he plays for equality. So, okay. I thought it was a good, interesting game. I hope you enjoyed.